In my administration, I'm going to enforce all laws concerning the protection of classified information. No one will be above the law.
No one above the law, indeed, sir. I'm JJTP, a lawyer, not your lawyer, and this is what wrong looks like. If you've been living under a rock, you may not know that the news of the day is that former President Donald Trump secreted classified information to his home and golf course, Mar-a-Lago. The news is developing by the minute, and I have to be careful what I say, but let me try to explain. Let's talk about it. Let's start with how we got here. The National Archive requested that former President Donald Trump return certain presidential records that he had taken with him to his home in Mar-a-Lago. When those agents came to collect those records, they found that those records also included some sensitive classified information, which he shouldn't have had there. Generally speaking, there are 3 levels of classification: confidential, secret, and top secret. Confidential information can cause damage to national security. Secret information can cause serious damage to national security, and top secret information can cause grave damage to national security. Within top secret, there's another classification called SCI, Secure Compartmentalized Information. This is information that's only given out on a need-to-know basis. Once you no longer have a need to know, you no longer have access to that information, and that's an important point here. Whenever classified information is handled, it must be done in a SCIF, a Secure Compartmentalized Information Facility. Before and after their use, these SCIFs are consistently swept for bugs, which means your phone or no electronics are allowed in, including your Apple Watch or even, for example, my smart ring. This is how serious the protection of this information is, and yet the FBI found this classified information at Trump's home at Mar-a-Lago, which is open to the public. But why did the FBI conduct a search warrant? Because when the National Archives requested the documents, they found among the documents that Trump did return classified information that wasn't supposed to be there. This gave the FBI probable cause to go before a United States magistrate judge to request that search warrant, which was approved by that member of the judicial branch. Probable cause exists when there's a fair chance that evidence of a crime will be discovered as a result of a search. Judges issue search warrants when an affidavit in support of that warrant establishes probable cause based on credible information. This particular affidavit cites 3 federal statutes. The first is the Espionage Act, which is found at 18 U.S.C. 793. The subsection that's most likely relevant is subsection D, which prohibits people from retaining national security information when they no longer have a need to know. I'll put it on the screen. Pause to read. The second statute stated in the affidavit is 18 U.S.C. 2071, which generally prohibits the destruction of any government records. I'll put it on the screen. Pause to read. The federal prosecutors claim that some of the records that they retrieved were torn up, and this goes to something that Trump has been accused of before. He's been accused of tearing up records, eating them, or flushing them down the toilet. What makes this charge significant is that anyone convicted under 18 U.S.C. 2071 is barred from ever holding federal office again. The third statute is 18 U.S.C. 1519, which is the obstruction of justice statute. The grounds given for this alleged violation is that the government records in question were removed from the storage room and concealed to obstruct the investigation. By way of example, the FBI agents who conducted a search warrant claim that they found classified information in former President Trump's desk next to his 2 expired passports, even though he and his lawyers swore in an affidavit that they returned all the classified information. So what did the agents find during the search warrant? Well, I'll let you read it for yourself. And for those visual people, I offer you this evidence. That photo, which is typical of a search warrant, depicts part of what the FBI found. Those SF-703, 704, and 705s are cover sheets for classified information, as you can see here. The documents with the yellow cover are the most alarming because those are top secret SCI. Such documents are supposed to be secured in a very specific way, which I'll leave for you to research on your own. What I will say is a major security violation for anyone with a security clearance to take any such document home for any reason without proper authorization. What's more alarming about these specific documents is the label, because it tells you what it may include. Again, I'm going to be very careful what I say and not say anything. I'm just going to post these tweets. You can judge for yourself what type of information was included in those documents, but I will also point out this New York Times headline from just last year. Is that a coincidence? I'll let you be the judge of that. So what does the former president have to say for himself? Well, I'll let you see. His lawyers, in his defense, argue that the records belong to him, and they have the audacity to demand that they be returned to him. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. Those records belong to the American people under the Presidential Records Act. His lawyers also requested a copy of the classified information, even though they don't have the proper clearances, so they can review it, as well as an unredacted copy of the search warrant, which contains the names and personal information of those witnesses against Mr. Trump. They've additionally asked for a special master, which is usually a lawyer or former judge who has the proper clearances, to take in all the information and review it. Essentially, what this is attempting to do is to delay the investigation and take it out of the hands of the FBI, which is, again, not how this works. As I said in the beginning, this case is developing quickly, but this is a good primer to help you get the basics so you can understand what's going on here. So you understand, this is a big deal. Those documents should not be in Mar-a-Lago, and Mr. Trump does not have a security clearance, so he has no reason to have the documents at all. This is not about tribalism, right-wing versus left-wing, conservative versus liberal, Republican versus Democrat. This is about America and our national security. I hope everyone understands that this is not about politics. This is what wrong looks like. But let me know what you think in the comments. Like, follow, and share for more legal commentary like